Welcome back to another video. We are here in Malaysia at our breeding facility. Today, I am going to kind of introduce some of the newer viewers to this whole project, what we have going on. And for those of you that are our longtime watchers, longtime viewers, I'm going to be pulling some animals out and giving you like some updates. Some of the animals have settled in really nice. They look different. They are coloring up. They look amazing. And so I think that's how we're going to do it. We've already done a bunch of facility videos to where we filmed every single animal by category and all that. We're not going to do that today. Today's just going to kind of be an overview. And I feel like moving forward, every time we do a video here, I'm just going to give you guys updates. So if you stick it out with the channel, and you want the updates, just keep watching and we will update you along the way. So I think what I'm going to do is just pull out some snakes. As you guys know, Pitayas carinata, my absolute favorite snake, and I love interacting with these because I don't have any in the US, not personal animals anyway. So remember, these are all wild caught Malaysia animals, although this one's been around for quite a while. I have lots of girls. I only have, I think, 2 males, maybe 3 at this moment, but I've got lots of these. So we did get some of these last summer from Indonesia, and they were really, I mean, some of them were okay, and a couple of them were really crazy. Very, very defensive animals. But these all here, they do not get held at all. The only time they get held is when I'm here, and I'm not here that often. But these guys are great. Well, these are all girls. But I just love taking them out. This one looks like going into shed, but they're just so great. Now we have masterclass videos on these. We've got tons of feeding videos, husbandry stuff, lots and lots and lots of videos on these. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about them, but I am going to show you a bunch of them. I have so many animals here that it takes me a long time to go through and check all the animals. And a lot of that I'm doing right now with you guys. So as you can see, the Malaysia stuff is lighter in color a lot of times. It has lots of banding and contrasty patterns in that. Just super beautiful. I like these snakes so much. For those of you that are out there watching, if you have had an opportunity to work with these or you currently work with them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just such a unique snake, such a different animal. And I think for sure that species is represented in this project very, very heavily. Now I'm eyeballing the one down here because it looks very different. This is not my first time seeing these animals, of course, and it's not your first time seeing these animals as well. But this one has a really unique tail pattern and a little bit different color. So they're all just a little bit different, but look at that. That is amazing. Lots of black scales alongside the banding, and that tail pattern is a bit unique. And like I said, they're just all a little bit different. I'm distracted by the banging. I don't think you guys can hear it, but I just introduced a pair of king rats for breeding, and the male is all excited banging around in there. So these are all females in here. The females usually top out at about 6 or 7 feet. They don't get that big, and that's why we don't have any super huge giants in here at the moment. So this one is our male, And like I said, a little bit of a stub tail. It's not going to affect him from breeding at all, but more of a uniform colored one, less banding, more color, kind of a high gold. But he's really cool. So this is one of our newer ones. It's not a new animal. We've had it in our quarantine for, I think, about 4 months now. So it's past quarantine, and we're going to be moving some things around. Our quarantine room actually has become our baby room because no new animals have been moved in there in a number of months. So we've just been kind of stacking babies in there. But very light one, very different. This is another female. So that's just a small sampling of our Pitayas carinata, our greater keeled rat snakes. We have some other animals. We're moving some things around, some grow out babies and all that. And we're actually moving some animals out of here. So we're making room, we're making changes. So I'm not gonna spend too much time and show you all of those. But one other thing that I really do wanna show you, if you guys remember our northern Thai beauty rat snakes, may not be a big deal to a lot of you guys, but for me, these things just blow me away. I'm always so excited whenever I'm able to work with or see some new locality or something. And this is something that I was looking forward to seeing how they were going to end up looking after they kind of relaxed and everything. And my gosh, these are so beautiful. Now this is a big male. And they're not the happiest snake. Let go of all that stuff because I don't want you to dirty up the floor. So check that out. The color is amazing. The pattern is really, really nice. I love that contrasty black. It goes into circles, ovals, just super cool. This is a big male and pretty much like has never been held. But look at that pattern. That pattern and that color is just amazing. And this is pure. This is a pure animal. This isn't some of that captive bred stuff. Europe breeds a lot of these things. A lot of breeders obviously don't come over here. They get animals. The locality information is just passed from one person to another. It's really difficult to confirm locality on all that stuff, but we have a huge advantage because we live over here and we put our hands onto some amazing stuff. So I wanted to show you that. Oh, you're not acting so bad, are you? Go on. But big and so pretty. I have another one I want to show you, same exact thing. It's down below, and I saw it yesterday, and it was very, very light in color. It was very impressive. Almost the same, but just a little bit of a lighter animal. Yeah, very pretty. So just a little bit lighter, but oh my gosh, these are so cool. So our goal, of course, is to breed these and release these into the hobby for you guys, but these are amazing. Don't do it. Don't do it. But look how light that is. That is, look at that. Man, it's so pretty. I'm super excited about this stuff. Like I said, all these new locality animals is very, very exciting for me. Boy, you would make a great animal for a YouTuber because you like to display yourself, don't you? But not this channel. So this is another one that I'm very, very excited about. This is one of the black-eyed cyanea. I took some up-close photos, some detailed photos of the head scales, and it looks very, very different. I did a bunch of comparison stuff, and so we have skin samples for this animal. I'm going to be hand carrying those back to the States, and we have it arranged where we are going to do the mDNA, and it'll be compared to the Boiga cyanea, the common ones that are in the trade, I guess you could say, and we want to see how similar or how different these are. It'll be really interesting for us to see what the results are. I will share the results with you guys. I think it's important for the hobby. We are not just in the reptile business, we are die-hard hobbyists, and we have a little bit of a desire to, you know, kind of break these animals down, figure out what they are, if there's something new. So I have a friend that got bit and chewed by one of these, and he got really sick for like 3 days. So he was kind of cautioning us that these may be a little bit more toxic than like a standard Boiga, but they are very intimidating with the black eyes and the black mouth. They have the sky blue chin, but they are really something else. So it will be very, very interesting to see how all that stuff comes back. So this is our beautiful Ridley eye. This is the male of the pair that I sent over here. I'm admiring it with you guys on camera, but also there's a lot of people that talk about doing things and they never do anything. And so we showed you guys our video of us boxing these up and sending them out, and like that wasn't for YouTube. Like we really did send them out. They are currently here with us in the facility in Malaysia. So I like to sometimes talk about what we do, but I also like to show you guys what we have done. And so they're over here, this pair is here, they've made it safely, they took no time to acclimate. And yeah, they're in good hands, they're in a good place. So I'm happy that they made it here to their final spot. I'm gonna show you our other pair of Ridley Eye that I think are amazing in a different way. So here's our other pair of like color matched Ridley Eye. They are not as bright, but in their own way, they are easily just as amazing. There's a lot of peach in there, there's lavender in there. They don't like to be held, they're very nervous. But I wanted to show these to you. We're going to be breeding them according to like matched pairs. And these two are very much a matched pair. Just amazing. So, so pretty. So I'm happy to have this pair here. So we'll be able to offer, you know, maybe we'll like name this bloodline something familiar so that way everybody kind of knows which, you know, what bloodlines we're talking about. I see that the other Ridley Eye has labels on it for Crayola, so that might stick. I didn't name those that. I don't know what to call these. If you have any suggestions, put it in the comments below, but really, really pretty. Really like these a lot. So this is one of our big female melanistic Boiga Cynodon. A really, really big, beautiful one, and she actually got bred, she laid eggs for us, and you will see the babies in our baby video. But a really interesting project. We're kind of trying to figure out how the genetics work. I do see some hints of melanism in the babies, although the babies are not black, they're not dark. Just a little bit of extra, a little dirty look to them, but I can kind of see it coming in, I think. So we're gonna hold on to them and kind of see how it works, the timeline when all this pigment comes in. But one of my favorites, I just absolutely love these things. I love how the gold bands kind of push their way through It's like a very dark green. It's just an amazing snake. I love the color scheme. So this is the smaller of our two leucistic cynodon. They are obviously now here in the facility in Malaysia, and they really took no time in adjusting. They're already feeding and everything. This one just had a nice complete shed yesterday. The bigger one is in shed right now, so I'm not gonna mess with it, but they are now here. So for any of you that are curious and are following this project, this is where they now reside. So I don't think I'm going to show you all the cynodon, but we have wild type Philippine, we have patternless Philippine, and then we have leucistic, and we have the melanistic, and then we have babies on the ground as well. So it's pretty crazy that our cynodon of all species, the Cynodon project, has diversified almost beyond any of the other stuff that we have here. We have a very diverse collection, but I never really thought that we would end up with so many different Cynodon and localities and all that, so it's kind of cool. So we do have a little bit of venomous here. This is our Waggers Viper. This is a big female. Loves to eat very, very long term. We kind of handpicked her because she's just a little bit of a different color scheme, but these are really, really amazing. Obviously, being based in California, we can't keep venomous, so now later in life, after I've left California, now I'm being able to mess around a little bit with some venomous. So we're probably going to add some venomous to the facility here, not a lot, but we're probably going to be zeroing in on stuff like this. Stuff that's like easy to work around, it doesn't chase you around the room and all that kind of stuff. So of course, always have to be careful, but these are really beautiful display animals. And I'll talk more about what we're doing with the displays, but I'd like to add a couple of these things. We're eyeballing a couple different species, a little bit rare in the hobby, really pretty stuff, beautiful color scheme and that sort of thing. So just wanted to show you guys. We do have a little bit of venomous here. But unlike California, there's nobody here to tell us what we can and cannot work with. So we just go with that. So I also wanted to show you guys the progress of our Blue Beauties. We are thinning our Blue Beauty group down. We have some of our surplus Blue Beauties headed to the US next month. Well, maybe it'll be this month by the time you guys watch this video. But we're just gonna keep like a trio here. I don't think we need to have so many animals, but our Blue Beauties are like textbook. Really nice, really, really nice. I see a lot of Blue Beauties out there. They do not look like this. Some do, but a lot of them don't. And again, it kind of goes back to what I see coming over from Europe and different things. They're not all looking like this. So we're pretty excited. Even though Blue Beauties are becoming more popular, a little bit more better represented in the hobby, but still, I feel like when you're producing top quality animals from beautiful breeders like this, I think it's important, and I think it says a lot. So, man, that's amazing. I don't even want to sell the ones that I'm selling because they're all so awesome. But that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And I don't know how blue it's looking on video. And even with these fluorescent lights, they don't do justice, but that is an amazing looking snake. Just so cool. These are captive bred. We raise them from babies and still growing, but nice. Oh, relax, relax. So another update, I'm going back to the US. I will be arriving on December 4th. I'm not going to be there very long, only about 5 weeks. I have to handle some non-reptile related business. And as a result, I am going to do the Reptiles Super Show, and I'm going to bring in 2 shipments, one from Malaysia, one from Indonesia. I've already kind of pre-shopped around some wholesale pre-orders, a few special orders. I don't know if I can add on so much right now. We're like kind of limited as to what we can bring in, but that is what's happening. I will be at the Super Show, but I will not have a proper booth like I normally do. I'm going to be setting up a few things at my partner's booth, my friend's booth. So I welcome show pickups. I'll have a little bit of surplus there, just some oddball things, probably some things that I'm not even aware of yet. So if you ask me, it's like, I don't know, it's to be announced. So I'm not really sure. That's the facility video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, showing you guys some of our animals. Very obscure collection, a very weird collection. I know, it's my collection, what can I say? And I'm weird, I like all the weird stuff. I think it's one of the top collections anywhere. It's amazing. We have animals that are found nowhere else. And so we're super excited about it right now, and it is still a work in progress. I have spoken before about this, but we are doing a wall of glass, 38 arboreal glass tanks. And my partner here is designing his own brand. So there's already caging, there's already all this stuff. And so there was a little bit of a delay with those cages because they're his brand. So of course, when you're manufacturing a new product, it takes time to get everything kind of worked out. So we are going to be using his brand exclusively. The black cages in there are also his brand. So he's moving a bit towards like into the manufacturing side of things, the branding side of things. And so the glass is here. It's already been delivered. It's in the warehouse. The reason that it's not set up yet is because the landlord increased the rent here. So we were undecided whether or not we were going to be staying here or relocating. I did a walkthrough with my partner a couple days ago, and we just decided that it made more sense just to stay put. We already have everything in place. Things are already, there's a layout planned and everything, so we're just gonna be staying here. There is an expo this weekend, so everybody is super busy, but it was mentioned to me that after I leave, they're gonna start moving the glass in. So there's gonna be racks, it's gonna be 2 levels high, and it's gonna be like 40 feet, I think maybe more than that, but it's gonna be massive. So we're super excited to get that up and running. Automated misting, there's going to be proper backgrounds in there, not backgrounds placed in there, but there's going to be permanent backgrounds made in there, custom designed in there with monkey ladder and all the different kind of branches and things that are very easy for us to source here. It's the stuff that you guys use probably, but it ships from here. So we have easy access to all of that stuff. So once that's done and in place, it's going to be amazing. I have a website dedicated already to this facility. So it's a work in progress. It's not ready yet, but it's getting there. And I just can't wait for all of this stuff to go in. We're gonna be moving animals around. Talking about animals, we are moving some animals out of the facility. So there's some species that we just have a lot of, we have excess of. So definitely stay tuned to the website because the available page in the very, very near future is going to be updated. I offered some surplus lists already to my Patreon supporters. That's part of the deal. They get early access to any availability. So the surplus was already put out to them. Next will be public offerings, so check the available page on the website. It'll all be there. But we're going to be moving out some of our Rubidus, blue beauties, as I said before. What else? Spilodies. We have some big, beautiful spilodies that we're going to move out. It's just too much stuff. And also, we're making room for pythons. And so we're a work in progress, going to be evolving continuously, all throughout, constantly. I'm not going to just put myself in a corner and just breed and breed and breed the same thing over and over again. Market gets oversaturated. It's a really great way to fail. So we are just going to be continuously changing what we're working with. Being over here, I find new stuff all the time. not a daily thing, but the more I move around, the more I look at stuff, the more I poke around, scouting out things and whatever, I find new stuff. And so the new stuff gets moved in here, and then I work on it. The black-eyed cyanea, we are submitting skin samples for DNA, as I mentioned before. So when the results come back on that, whether it's the same or not the same, we will let you guys know, because I really feel that it's something different, but the DNA will say all. It's all about the genetic makeup, right? So I think that's about it. That's enough of me yakking at you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be doing more here because the collection changes, the layout changes, the caging changes. Probably gonna be putting prototypes and different products in use, and also using the facility to advertise that brand. Probably mostly for Malaysia to start with, but we've been having some serious discussions. It may turn into something that we distribute, like in the US, for example. So not really sure where it all leads, but we are actively involved in like all different categories of what we're doing. So it's pretty exciting. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.